Warning: content from Security Kitchen Productions may not be suitable for younger viewers. Mind Robber Part 1, starting in 3, 2, 1, go. And we're here with the Mind Robber, me and Brian.
Doctor Who theme!
Doctor Who theme. So yeah, I really like this story.
See, the first two times I tried to watch this story, I couldn't get into it. And then the last time I tried, I got past the first two parts, and I was like, oh, nut!
As one
These
does.
first two parts kind of are snooze fest, not gonna lie.
I could kind of understand part 1, but like it's so short and inconsequential, I don't really care. And also I just kind of like the minimalistic nature of it.
I feel like there are better stories that have been done in a white void.
Such as?
Sure, so.
No, on TV, Brian.
Well, fuck. The only other one I can think of that was on TV is The Wedding of Sarah Jane Smith, and that's not particularly good.
Like, most of this isn't even in a white void. Like, it's only like the last 5 minutes of the episode.
Is most of it in the TARDIS? Most of it is in the TARDIS.
Yeah, that's what I said, fool. I redid all my Classic Who rankings recently, and
are they just as shit as they were last time?
Well, this came in at number 6 on my Troughton rankings.
Oh, well, that's good.
Yeah, I've been posting my new ones on Twitter. Actually, I've been doing like one top 5 a day, and yeah. All coughing.
I fucking love the BritBox subtitles, dude. They're amazing.
So what is it? So what? Next commentary we have the Dylan one, so that'll be Ambassadors.
I really don't want to watch Ambassadors. It's like every time I watch it, I feel like I'm never gonna get that time back.
Why? It's a really good story.
It's so boring.
I like it.
You remember the Time Flight commentary, right? You and Dylan are gonna be having a blast, and I'm just gonna be like, by part 3, where's the razor blades?
Oh
God. I started rewatching season 10 of Doctor Who recently.
Gee, I wonder why.
Could it be because I got the Blu-ray for Christmas?
No, you just want to scroll through it all to see if you can find any Katie Manning upskirt shots.
Oh. You know what I dislike strongly still?
What?
Carnival of Monsters.
Well, you know what you're still wrong about?
Disliking Carnival of Monsters?
Yep.
Well, here's the best part. I was sitting there watching it and sort of like being like, oh, Ian Marter could have been used so much better in one of the other stories this season. And my dad comes home after, he'd gone out with one of his buddies. He was a little inebriated, just a little bit. Nothing like he drove home illegally, but he was a little buzzed, So he comes in and he goes, "Ah, Carnival in Space." He was like, "This is the first Pertwee I watched during that 5 Faces of Doctor Who marathon when he was living in Ireland as a kid."
Yeah.
And I go, "Oh, I'm sorry." He goes, "Yeah, it's kind of the worst introduction to him I could have had."
It could have been the mutants.
That is true. That is true.
not the worst he could have had.
Although you want to know another really shit opinion I have?
All of them.
I am I am entertained by the mutants.
You're
I
the fucking
acknowledge.
worst. You are the fucking worst, Brian.
I acknowledge it's a really bad story, but it's
It's not even
enjoy.
really.
It's a,
No,
it's
it's
a,
not even. No, it's not enjoyable. The fact is, like, it's not bad. It's just boring.
really.
So the fact that you think it's bad, but it isn't boring, is the strangest thing.
Wow. I've always found it to be pretty funny.
How?
Oh, I would just fucking get a kick out of it. You have to remember, Joey, that thinking critically about Doctor Who is really hard for me because it boils down to I like this and I don't like this. There isn't really a reason why except my tastes are fucking whack.
Well, I mean, that's all, any opinion on Doctor Who is, no matter who you are, it just boils down to, oh, I like this, I don't like this. And, the complexities of it really boil down to, if you really want to do a deep dive critical analysis of it.
I don't want to do a deep dive critical analysis of the mutants because who wants to do a deep dive critical analysis of the mutants?
I kind of want to. It sounds kind of fun. I don't know. Me, like, I'm weird. I'm weird with that stuff. Like me personally, like I will rewatch literally any Doctor Who story. I don't care which because I just love reappraising things or just giving every story another shot and really looking at it from a different angle.
What's easier for me when doing reviews, I've noticed this because I recorded my Ark in Space review over the weekend. It's easier for me to review a story that I don't like, and much harder for me to review a story that I do like. With the Ark in Space, although I like it, I do have some very big issues with it.
Oh, definitely. It's far from the masterpiece people make it out to be.
Like, I won't say too much about it because it'll be out on my channel soon. But I do have some issues with it, so it was relatively easier for me. Doing the Suntaran experiment is going to be a lot harder because I don't really have any reason why I like it, and I don't really have a reason why I think it's terrible. I just kind of like it, and that's about it.
Oh wait, we missed the best bit. I love the stock Scottish music that plays over Jamie when he's looking at the scanner. We missed it. Sadness.
The soundtrack to the story is really fucking eerie, though.
Oh yeah, I love it. I love really weird, trippy Doctor Who stories. Oh, speaking of weird and trippy, I listened to the Mark Platt story from the Fourth Doctor Adventure Series 9. Wasn't quite weird and trippy, but he really did take advantage of the whole East Space setting more than most writers did.
Dude, I really want to listen to the Fourth Doctor Adventure Series 9.
It was I listened to the first half. I listened to Purgatory 12 and Chase the Night because obviously the rest isn't out at the time of recording. Purgatory 12 was really good. And Chase the Night was all right. It was fairly standard. I still enjoyed it. Overall, neither story like truly amazed me, but maybe it's just me speaking comparatively when I say like all of our suspicions that the Fourth Doctor Adventures would be greatly improved by four-parters were completely correct. Like the stories just had a lot more time to tell the story they needed to tell, and it worked wonders for the stories.
Why does it keep making that noise when I do that? You
Are
hear that, right?
Yeah, are you slapping your dick against it?
No, I just happened to touch my knee to my drawer, and for some reason it's having like a shockwave effect on the mic.
Well, could you not?
I'll scoot away from it. Who are you?
I always hated this,
Homing intensifies.
I always hate this this background of the TARDIS here, like this wallpaper that they stuck up there. I fucking hate that.
I don't like it either. I
It's
really
really
don't.
annoying.
Why would you do that? It looks so
Because they need more room in the studios to make more sets.
one of the sets is just white walls.
Well,
See?
yeah, but for the rest of the story, you know.
Oh fuck. That was a really big space they are in.
Yeah. They are quite far away.
I wonder where they're filming at, because it can't be that shitty little studio they normally do.
It might be. Let me check.
This bit here actually works really well in black and white.
Lime Grove Studios. Let's see.
What the shit? What type of dialogue was that? You know something, Zoe? I think we're lost. This isn't a joke, Jamie. No, of course not. What implied that he was joking?
I don't know.
I'm sorry, did I skip a beat or something? What the fuck was that? That was really shit. I'm sorry.
Okay, so according to TARDIS Wiki, this was a story used as a lesser studio location, and I'm not quite sure what that means. Yeah, I don't know what that's supposed to imply. But anyway, like most Troughton stories were recorded in Lime
TARDIS
Grove.
Wiki is so fucking weird.
Take our 13th Doctor trivia quiz for a chance to win a big chief figure of one of the Doctors.
I wonder which Doctor it will be.
They'd probably send me fucking David Tennant if I won. No, they'd send me Matt Smith. They'd be like, "Oh, it's that Joey Morgan cunt that rants about how he hates Matt Smith on YouTube."
I had a DQ ketchup packet in my pocket.
What, Brian? The fuck? Ah, okay, whatever.
How did I? Oh, I remember how I got it. There.
Squish it in your pocket.
Let me read to you what's on the cover. It says DQ.
No, Brian. We're watching the Mind Robber.
Ketchup, unrated.
No, we are watching the Mind Robber.
Brian. This is what Jamie's looking at right now. He's not seeing Scotland. He's seeing a giant fucking Dairy Queen ketchup packet. Ingredients: tomato concentrate, water and tomato paste, high fructose corn syrup, vinegar.
You're watching the Mind Robber.
Onion powder.
We are watching. What happened to your mic?
What do you mean? What happened to my mic?
You were talking into a fucking soup can.
Oh, I shouted into it.
God damn it, Brian! Can you stop doing that?
No.
You're just making it worse, Brian.
I know. Does it sound? Have I actually blown out my microphone now?
You sound really fucking like echoey and muffled. I love them in the white suits there.
I'll let my microphone recover for a sec. Keep talking.
Oh. Okay. All right. Well, we got Troughton sitting in the TARDIS. It's I like the BritBox subtitles, whispering menacingly, intense humming.
Am I sounding all right now, or is it still tinny?
Versus slightly better.
We'll get there in the end. It's fine.
You know, I know this first episode of The Mind Robber gets a lot of shit for like just being the budget saver episode, but like, I don't know. I think it really sets up the tone of the whole story really well.
Nah, it's pretty boring.
Nah, I
So this
like it.
next episode, these first two are really not good. Although I'll tell you what, the fucking sound design on it is really nice.
You're really muffled, my friend.
You know, I've got an idea.
What is your idea? Brian?
How are we doing now?
And still not too great.
Shit, I really did a number on it, didn't I?
Maybe if you stop screaming into your fucking microphone.
Maybe I will next time. Also, what do you think of the white inverted versions of their costume?
I was just talking about that earlier. I really like them.
I do too. Also, why do these things have a Cyberman look at them?
I don't know.
So I'm gonna cut away from this on my screen for a sec. Just check something real quick.
Uh-huh.
It's I'm checking something real quick. It's still going on.
Okay.
It won't let me check it. So it says it's picking me up just fine. The microphone,
That's
I
a
mean.
lie.
See, well, you
That is
see
a
my
big
screen,
lie.
right? You see how it's picking me up,
Well,
right?
yes. Yeah. Look, I don't know myself, but like, I don't know. Let's just
Maybe
keep
it's your
going.
internet,
It's
bro.
fine.
Maybe it's your internet.
Let's just finish part one, and then we will discuss this in between, Brian. It is not my internet.
Okay, babe. Oh, this cliffhanger.
Oh yeah,
Right?
Kieran Smith's favorite. Yeah, Kieran Smith's favorite.
Oh, yeah. That cliffhanger. I was thinking of the other one that we'll get to later for anyone who, for some reason, is watching this with us for the first time. Who the fuck would watch this with us for the first time?
I don't know.
Wouldn't that be amazing, though, if someone watched one of these
No,
stories with us
no,
for the first time?
no. That would not be amazing, Brian.
You know, in fact, I'm sure Connor has probably done that.
Has he?
No, probably not, actually. I think he just listened to the Web Planet commentary without actually watching the Web Planet.
See, as far as I know, a lot of people actually do that with these commentaries. Is they don't even turn on the story; they just kind of like just listen to us ramble.
Maybe it's like because we don't actually talk about the story very much. We talk about what's going on with us. They find it intriguing. Who knows?
Sure. I don't know.
What? I, I don't understand how you could do this without turning on the story too. That's weird to me.
Yeah, definitely. I would have to if I was watching someone else's fan made commentary.
The power level, Jamie. It's over 9,000.
Actually, fun fact: this was my first Trouton story.
Was it really?
It was. It was the only Trout one they had on Netflix when Classic Who was on U.S. Netflix.
You know what my first Troughton story was?
What?
I think it was Tomb of the Cybermen.
I think that was my, I want to say second? Yeah, it was definitely my second.
What was my first story for each
Here it
doc?
is. Kieran Smith's favorite.
Booty!
Did
Yeah.
you ever see that meme? It was that shot, and it was Troughton running to Google, and it was like Age of Consent into Land of Fiction.
Ready? Oh, fuck. I hurt my voice doing that. That was bad. Is my mic good now?
It's gotten better. Yeah, you're good for the most part.
Yeet.
Yeetus McSkeetus. This is the end of the episode, folks. This is the end of part 1, fellow Security Kitchen Productions viewers. Oh god, we have 4 more episodes to go through. The Mind Robber, part 2, starting in 3, 2, 1, go. We is here.
Want Troughton's sexy face to come forward into me.
Into you? Okay. So, like,
Peter Ling? Okay.
Yeah, Peter Ling. That sounds like I know it's not, but it sounds like one of those names that like you would imagine as a pseudonym, like Robin Bland, you know?
Peter Ling. Peter Ling.
Yeah, right? Like
you're just a little.
Yeah,
you were just birthed.
No. But you imagine it could be a pseudonym.
Imagine being birthed from Peter's dick. You're now a Peterling.
Peter?
Peter Ling. Peterling.
Yeah.
So let's say Peter is your dad, but you only have one parent because you were birthed from his dick. Your dad's name is Peter, right? You are not a child. You are a new species. A new species that is now called a Peterling.
Wow. I was gonna go on about pseudonyms, but that kind of like derailed my entire train of thought. Well, that's what I was saying. Peterling sounds like one of those names that like that could be a pseudonym, but you know it's not. Like, what's the name of the guy
Agnew?
Oh yeah, David Agnew. But like, what's the name of that guy that wrote Terror of the Zygons and Seeds of Doom? I always forget his name. Whatever his name is, like I always remember thinking that when I watch the stories, I'm like, that sounds like a pseudonym. I mean, I know it's not, but like, it really sounds like it is.
Did Robin Bland write
Brain of Morbius?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So wait, did Robert Holmes actually write Pyramids of Mars or nah?
I don't think so. I mean, he basically did, as far as I know, but
because like he seems to get credited.
There we go. Robert Banks Stewart. Doesn't that sound like a pseudonym?
Yeah, it does.
It's odd.
Squeezing the ketchup packet.
I hate you.
Is there anything on the back?
Brian.
Unfortunately, there is not.
Stop.
Oh, I did forget a bit, though. Guess I have to read the entire front of it.
No!
Tear here, Dairy Queen, ketchup. Ingredients, tomato concentrate.
Brian!
Water and tomato paste. High fructose corn syrup. Vinegar, salt, onion powder, spice, and natural flavors. Manufactured by Red Gold Inc., Elwood, Indiana, 46036. 4.
Hey Brian, you know how
Oh,
you
I
have that...
forgot the rights reserved and unrated again.
Okay, just stop. Wait, I need to say something. Hang on. So you know how you have that series on your channel, the Eighth Doctor book vlogs.
Yeah.
How's all that reading going, my friend?
Why don't we talk about it some other time?
Because I was just gonna say that like I read Sky Pirates and The Man in the Velvet Mask in a total of 5 days, and
Why don't we talk about it some other time?
Sky Pirates is like 337 pages, and The Man in the Velvet Mask is 250.
Well, Dreamstone Moon is pretty good.
Oh, is that the one you're on? Okay.
Jacob's wrong about it. I think it's not. It's certainly not as bad as Longest Day.
And what, does he not like it?
He thinks it's boring.
Hmm.
But here's the thing. I'm not like I'm like mildly interested in sci-fi big mining corporation stories, whereas that is definitely not everyone's cup of tea.
Mm.
That's why I like Colony in Space.
I mean, Colony in Space is good, but like, I mean, it's not great.
Well, the first time I watched Colony in Space, I didn't like it, right? I thought it was the most boring thing ever.
Mm-hmm.
And then I listened to the novelization read by Jeffrey Beavers, and it was really fucking good. And then I watched the serial again, and it was really fucking good. And
Brian. Oh, so Brian. So I started listening to Dalek Empire Series 3 today.
oh,
When is this series supposed to get good?
I'm done with you, Joey.
Brian.
I like Dalek Empire 2.
Like,
Dalek Empire 3 doesn't really get good until like halfway through the second episode. Basically, once David Tennant shows up as like a main character, it's pretty.
I was gonna say like he was in episode 1 of it.
Yeah, but I think for like the first 2 episodes, he isn't the focused on central character.
Oh yeah.
By like end of episode 2, beginning of episode 3, he becomes the central focus of the series, and it's pretty Gucci.
I really hope so.
And then Noel Clarke in Dalek Empire 4. Oh!
Look, like, just... I don't really trust you about Dalek Empire up to this point, Brian, because I have not enjoyed it whatsoever for all 9 hours of this shite that I've listened to.
Well, you bought the whole series, and it's got to be better than Tales from New Earth, so...
That's true. I will give it's better than Tales from New Earth, but that is not a hard bar to raise.
I don't know. I guess a lot of my forgiveness for Dalek Empire comes from a place of nostalgia because it was one of the first things from Big Finish I listened to.
I mean, one of my first was Sword of Orion, and I mean, Sword of Orion exists.
Well, I mean, the first series of Dalek Empire, upon re-listen, is practically unlistenable for me. I can't
see. I actually overall prefer Dalek Empire Series 1 over Series 2.
Really?
Because episodes 3 and 4 were at least somewhat interesting, specifically 3.
Episode 3 of Dalek Empire 2 is like the worst thing ever.
No, I was talking about Series 1.
Well, right, but episode 3 of Dalek Empire 2 is like the worst thing ever.
Did you mean all of Dalek Empire Series 2 is the worst thing ever?
No, because I like episodes 1, 2, and 4, but episode 3 can go kill itself any day.
I don't know. Most of Dalek Empire is just like an hour of Nick Briggs writing filler dialogue and just trying to lead up to one significant moment at the end of each episode, and like nothing happens the entire fucking time.
You didn't like Return of the Daleks, did you?
No, I did like Return of the Daleks actually.
You did?
I did. I thought that was really good. Yeah, I thought that was really good.
I like Return of the Daleks.
Yeah, it's quite good.
But yeah, I hope you at least enjoyed The Fearless, if anything. Because The Fearless was definitely my favorite of the entire series.
I should certainly
Because,
hope so.
you know, Susan Mendez is still involved in stupid shit like that. But, like,
Why did they not just keep her fucking dead at the end of the first series?
well, the fourth series is actually it's meant to be running alongside the events of the first series of Dalek Empire.
Fucking
So
excuse me?
Noel Clark plays this Earth security agent who has been basically commissioned to hunt down and kill Susan Mendez because she's you know a big part of the Daleks' strategy by that point.
Uh-huh.
And you get some really nice character conflict with Noel Clark's character because the Daleks basically bombarded his home planet, destroyed it, killed his entire family, and
Oh, so so you're saying that that Dalek Empire actually does end at the end of series 3?
pretty much, yeah.
Okay. Well, that's good.
I mean, it's like an ending that is left sort of open, but it does come to like sort of like one of those time loop endings. You'll see.
Okay.
You'll see what I mean.
Gotcha.
I thought the ending of Dalek Empire 3 was really well done, but that's also just me.
I
Possibly
should certainly hope so.
David Tennant is in that very last scene and he fucking sells it.
Good on him.
Cardboard Jamie!
The best bit is coming. Here we go. I love this.
Cardboard Jamie. Cardboard Jamie. Cardboard Jamie. Cardboard Jamie. Okay, guess what?
Cardboard Jamie.
Cardboard Jamie.
How long is this episode again? How long is part 2?
21 minutes. About halfway through. So you absolutely love Dalek Empire as a series then?
Oh, sure.
Maybe it wouldn't be that bad if it wasn't just Nick Briggs writing it.
Yeah, I gotta agree with that. It's
Because,
just
like, as much as I like a lot of Nick Briggs' work, Dalek Empire is definitely not his finest.
oh, far from it. He's like, I'd sooner listen to like the ISOS network for however many hours Dalek Empire takes up than listen to Dalek Empire.
See, but I like the ISOS network.
It's kind of shit.
The fucking slugs. I don't know. Something about that is adorable in my head.
I mean, it's fun, the slug thing, but I don't know.
And the fucking music that plays while the slugs are moving around is just amazing.
So can we talk about how the second Doctor has been traveling with Jamie almost his entire fucking life in this incarnation, and he doesn't know what his face looks like? And also, I just love this guy who does fake Jamie.
But you're not Jamie.
Didn't the actor who played fake Jamie pass away recently?
I think so. Yeah.
Let me check.
I think so because there's a Doctor Who companion article about it. It was while I was still writing for them.
Mm. Rip.
Yeah, I didn't really like officially say I'm not writing for you guys anymore with the Doctor Who companion. I kind of just stopped responding to their emails.
What like whatever happened with that?
So basically they're like we need to get caught up on our Big Finish stuff, and so I took on like a huge workload of Big Finish reviews, and I did all of it, but then they were like, "Oh, we have to release it in moderation." And so they never got caught up, and that really pissed me off. It was like you just had me do this fucking huge workload so you could release it monthly, and then at one point it was bi-monthly. Like I had been done writing for them for 2 months by the time they released my last review.
Wow. And did they keep you emailing you then? Like,
No,
did
they
it?
finally stopped like 3 months ago.
Wow.
But yeah, they
Who's
they
who's the guy that Jacob writes for? Indie Mac or something?
uh, but no, I did enjoy writing for the Doctor Who companion for the very short time that I did it. It was just they were they were a bit disorganized on how they did things and a bit wishy-washy, and that part of it just really wasn't for me.
Yeah, yeah.
Like when I say disorganized, they would have a way they wanted to do things, and then they'd change it up, and then they'd change it up again, but then be really pedantic about keeping it the way they wanted it. So
Hmm.
like this must be released this time and this time only, and this must be released this time and this time only.
See, as far as I know, like the way that like the guy that Jacob writes for, like he just kind of like he's told to like do a review. Jacob Quick listens to it, writes the review, and then just whenever he hands it in, it gets released immediately.
The other thing was they were severely like understaffed as far as Big Finish reviewers go, even though, we had admittedly Big Finish lends them like a big shared account we can all use for like review copies of stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Like nobody else but me and the head guy would use it.
Why?
I don't know. And as a result, I was like one of three people writing Big Finish reviews at the time I was there. And the whole point of like doing this whole writers casting call, which is how I got involved in the first place, was to get more writers for Big Finish. And they
Yeah.
got like 15, and I was the only new writer who wrote Big Finish reviews for them.
Damn.
I don't know what it's like now. Obviously, like a year has passed. It's probably changed now, but at that time, you know, as they were really hammering home that we need to get caught up on our Big Finish reviews, guys. And I was just like, okay, I'm all for that, but I cannot review 50 audios at once.
Yeah. Here,
Like,
let's see. Let's see what the Doctor Who companion is up to nowadays.
I
Here
tried
we
to
go.
get them caught up on their main range stuff. I think the last one I wrote was a review for The Dispossessed.
Mm. Oh, they wrote an article on the whole Susan's War thing that's happening. Okay. Here we go. Big Finish. Big Finish reviews. Last Big Finish. Whoa, the last Doctor Who Big Finish that they reviewed was Interstitial and Feast of Fear back in October.
I think I may have reviewed the Fourth Doctor Adventures Series 7 Part 2.
Mm.
Where's my phone, bro? It's behind my laptop. Yeah, it
Did
is.
you say? Did you say Series 7 Part 2?
Yeah, that's the one with Sutek, right?
Yeah. Um, Here you go. Oh, no, that's part one. What did you write the part one? One maybe? I don't know. Let's find out.
I didn't.
Where do they? Okay, let's check out part two. Wait, did they not credit their fucking writers?
They did when I worked for them. I actually have an author page on there. If you go to Google or look up the Doctor Who Companion.com Brian Corrigan, I should be the first thing that pops up.
They got
I will quickly read off the reviews I wrote for them. And the one-off article I did.
Oh, there we go. Okay, okay, I see. Yeah,
Doctor Who
your
Ghost
page is
Stories #1. I reviewed the Sirens of Time for them. I did an article that was the...
That was... Brian? You still there? Sorry, I think you cut out.
Yeah, I did. Where did I leave off?
Something about you wrote an article on there.
Joey?
Can you hear me?
Joey, can you hear me?
Oh, Jesus, I don't know how this is going to turn out in the recording. Can you hear me?
I hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Okay, that's gonna sound really awkward on the recording. Okay. Oh no, I can see your page right here. Here we go. Wait. Third Doctor Adventures Volume 3.
Right.
The Mavellan Grave. The Skin of the Sleek. The Thief Who Stole Time. Kingdom of Lies. Third Doctor Adventures Volume 4. Lure of the Nomad. Fourth Doctor Adventures Series 7 Part 2. Iron Bright, Hour of the Cybermen, Red Planets, and The Dispossessed. Is that correct?
Yep, that's me. I wrote all of those.
Nice. Good for you.
A lot of them I really didn't fucking like, too. Like Iron Bright and Lure of the Nomad. I think I gave Kingdom of Lies a middle-of-the-road review. I wrote a scathing review for Third Doctor Adventures Volume 3.
You mean 4?
No.
Oh no! 3. Oh yeah, 3. Yep, there's 3 there. Oh wait, this is the best. Wait, this is the best cliffhanger. I love this. The fucking unicorn charging at them.
What was Conquest of Far? Yeah, so the final bit of Conquest of Far was, so with a rather disappointing start, can the next story, Storm of the Horofax, save this volume? Fuck. I really didn't like Conquest of Far.
Apparently. Wait, is that the Dalek one that you really don't like?
Yeah, that is.
Gotcha.
I think it's one of Tim Trellore's weakest performances.
Oh, so that was part 2. This is going by pretty fast, I think. The Mind Robber, part 3, starting in 3, 2, 1, go. We here. We is here.
Oh, you got to do the bass drop too. The. You've heard that, right? The bass drop in the Doctor Who theme.
Oh yeah.
And then it goes into the melody.
Oh yeah, I got a comment on Exodus Part 1 recently. Said a huge improvement over Genesis. Well done.
Who's it from?
Saunders 939.
Oh, okay. So not person.
Obviously, I'm guessing someone new.
Well, I've got this friend, right, who he binged all of classic Doctor Who in like a month. And he was burnt out, but now he's left wanting more McCoy. So I threw the New Adventures adaptations at him. I said,
"Oh, maybe that's his account then."
No, that's not it.
No.
He'd be going under the name of Geo or something.
Oh, okay. But what does he think? Has he told you anything yet?
Oh, I'm not sure if he's listened to it. He said he'd check them out, though. So we'll see. Also, can we talk about how confused I was the first time I watched part 2 and saw the Master in the end credits?
Yeah, that is really confusing, isn't it?
I was like, whoa! But he's not actually the Master. He's just another guy who happens to be called the Master. I mean, he'd make a pretty good Master.
Would he though?
Speaking of the Master and Big Finish stuff, I listened to the third volume of the War Master.
Oh, how was that?
It was pretty decent. Like it falls a bit on the flatter side once Paul McGann comes into it, but it's still pretty solid, you know?
Yeah, I remember hearing from a couple people actually that the third volume is definitely the weakest of the four.
I'm not gonna be surprised if well, I liked it better than the first one. Only the Monstrous for me really only has the Skyman going for it. The other
You're wrong about that. All of only the only the wait, only the good. You mean not only the monstrous?
Oh, yeah. Only the
Yeah,
good.
no. I like all of only the good.
I really like only the Monstrous, but only the good has Beneath the Viscoid, which is okay. The Good Master, which is again okay. The Skyman, which is fucking excellent, and then that one about the house that
The heavenly paradigm.
yeah, the Heavenly Paradigm, which is just a snooze fest.
Nah, I really like all those stories. You know what's really good though?
What's
Gallif
really?
Gallifrey Time War One.
Oh, I've heard that one. I heard
Dude,
it when it
dude,
came
I
out.
just listened to it earlier this month. I am in fucking love with it.
Did you like how it tied into Only the Good?
Yeah, I really like that.
They were released about the same
but also,
time.
I felt like I was like really attached to the characters, and it was a really good culmination of the whole series because I did listen to all 8 series leading up to my listen of Time War.
I want to listen to Enemy Lines before I re-listen to Time War 1.
It may be worth it. I mean, overall, like my connection just comes from knowing the characters like through all the series up to that point.
Because
Um,
the earliest
specifically Narvin. Like Narvin developed a lot from series 1 through 6.
the earliest Gallifrey thing I've listened to is Intervention Earth.
Boo.
You don't like Intervention Earth?
No, I said boo that you haven't like listened to any more. I really like Intervention Earth though. It's probably the weakest of like it's one of the weaker Gallifrey sets, but like I don't know.
Oh, I really, really liked Intervention Earth.
Oh yeah,
But you know,
it's really good. I mean, it's not as bad as Series One. Series One's the worst series of Gallifrey.
I
Um,
would like to listen to Gallifrey 6.
you really need some context for that, my friend.
Just because, we're leading up to the Time War with that one.
You see, no, it doesn't work like that, Brian. It follows on directly from a plot line in Gallifrey 5, which follows on directly from a plot line in Gallifrey 4. And you can
Fuck.
imagine where I'm gonna go. You really need to start at the beginning.
Fuck. I really don't want to.
Look, series 1 is the only weak one, and even then the last story is really good.
But yeah, isn't it like plastered all over Gallifrey 6 though that war is coming between the Time Lords and the Daleks? So it's part of
Well,
that
I mean
sort of
the Daleks are in it, but also like it has one really cool Time War tie-in, but other than that, it's mostly just a pretty it's just a Daleks invade Gallifrey story. It's not so much a Time War thing, except for like the very end of it.
See, I refer to those sort of Time War predecessor stories as like the Cold War era of the Time War. So like Dark Eyes falls into that apocalypse element.
Mm.
Fucking Gallifrey 6 would. Genesis of the Daleks, Remembrance.
Well, by extension, Gallifrey 5 would then, I guess.
But nah, I really liked Intervention Earth with the Cult of Ulm and shit. I thought that
Well,
was
actually,
cool.
Gallifrey 6 also sets up Intervention Earth with the Juliet Landau Romana.
I'm interested to see how Enemy Lines handles it.
Well, as you probably know, Juliet Landau isn't in Enemy Lines at all.
Right, but I know they do something with it.
Well, yeah. So basically, like, you pick up with specifically with where Ace and Narvin left off at the end of that one.
Right.
They sort of end that timeline, and then you pick up like with Brax wanting to fix everything, like where he left off at the end of at the end of Intervention Earth, and then
So
we just go back to normal Gallifrey, and
is
it's mostly Brax and Romana's plot to save the timeline.
so is there a reason Juliet Landau didn't want to come back and do more?
That's not Juliet Landau's decision, nor is it Big Finish's.
What?
Yeah, they were told they can't have a Romana 3.
Why?
I have not a fucking clue, Brian.
Because like Luna Romana exists, and
Yeah.
the sets.
Well, I mean,
with...
actually, I mean, Luna Romana only exists because Mary Tam passed before they recorded it, so it had to be changed around so that it was Romana 3 telling the story rather than it being a crossover between the first and second Romanas.
And then aren't there like stories early on in Gallifrey where Romana 3 pops up for a sec?
No.
No? Oh, okay.
Juliet
Never
Landau is
mind.
only in Luna Romana, and I already told you why. She's in Gallifrey 6 and Gallifrey Intervention Earth, where that was going to be the rest of the Gallifrey series. It was gonna continue from there, but then they were slapped with the ban hammer. So, it is
So
how it
wait,
is.
did like the BBC say no to that? Who said no to that?
As far as I know, I'm pretty sure that's the case. Yeah.
Why? That's so fucking
Yeah,
stupid.
I
What
don't know.
what's it got
I
to
don't,
do with
dude.
the
I do.
character of Romana? Like Lana
do
Ward's gonna come back ancient and decrepit and be like, "Hey, I'm coming back for a Gallifrey story." Like under Chris fucking Chibnall? Really? You think that's gonna happen? No.
But apparently, Romanus 3 is also in an Eighth Doctor book. She's in a couple Eighth Doctor books. I don't know.
So okay, so Romana 3 is an established character anyway.
Apparently,
So that
but like obviously, I guess. Like I don't know if that's just like that's so weird.
I'm
I wonder.
so confused.
I wonder
Why?
if that's part of Big
Why?
Finish's bit to wipe the Eighth Doctor adventures from the timeline.
Huh?
I wonder if it's all part of Big Finish's bid to wipe the Eighth Doctor adventures from the timeline.
Oh yeah, what the fuck is up with that? Because they used to be pro Eighth Doctor adventures and now they're not.
Same thing with the VNAs. They used to be really pro VNAs up until recently, even. But now they just pretend they don't even exist.
Yeah, what the hell?
It's only because the BBC started to get really involved with Big Finish, and they're like, "Okay, well, you're the only canon expanded universe material. You know that, right?" And they're like, okay, sure, whatever."
But if they are, doesn't that mean they can by extension make all the other stuff canon?
I don't know. I have no fucking clue.
Or are they under direct orders from the BBC to uncanonize fucking the old 90s novels?
I don't know.
Which, dude, think about that. If they are, what a really fucking weird order to be under.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
who gives a shit other than weird neckbeards like you and me?
I'm trying to see if I can find out anything else about like about why like the BBC said they couldn't, or I don't know.
That's so So the mind robber is happening right now.
That it is, and Fraser is back. He's been back, and we just haven't said anything.
He's been around, but we haven't acknowledged his existence at all. He is my favorite thing about this story. This guy, right here. I love him. Oh yeah, he's
Oh.
Gulliver, isn't he?
Gay Wikipedia says that the Romana in the Eighth Doctor Adventures is a different Romana from Juliet Landau.
Bullshit. Bull fucking shit. TARDIS Wiki acting like they actually have a say over what's canon and what isn't.
Oh no, this is just Wikipedia saying that. TARDIS Wiki says that they're the same Romana.
Excusez-moi.
I don't know. I
What
really
is
don't
this
know.
bullshit?
Anyway, this version.
You know what my favorite thing is? Previous
What?
Doctor Who writers saying their books aren't canon.
Lol.
I love it when shit like that happens.
Wait,
They're like, oh
are you
yeah,
thinking of are you thinking of a specific example here?
the Virgin novels aren't canon, bro. You wrote a Virgin novel. What?
Wait, who said that?
Oh, it was one of them. I can't remember which, but one of them was.
If you're thinking about the James Goss thing, James Goss never wrote for
No,
Virgin.
it's not James Goss. Some other fucker. Who was? Oh, I can't remember now. God damn it. But yeah, he's like, yeah, the Virgin novels aren't canon. It was like, wait a minute. You wrote one. What?
Wait, wait, who was this? It wasn't Gareth Roberts, was it?
Was it?
I doubt it.
Fuck, who was it? I can't remember now.
Watch it be Uncle Terry. No,
Fuck.
no, Uncle Terry loves his work. Loves his own work too much to say they're not canon.
Why can't I remember? Why can't I remember? I know I saw it somewhere.
All right, here wait. I'll run through them quick. Was it Russell by any chance? It wasn't Russell T Davies, was it?
Maybe?
Lawrence Miles, perhaps.
I think it was Lawrence Miles.
Seems seems like an edgy Lawrence Miles thing to say.
Yeah, it was probably Lawrence Miles. I follow him on Twitter. But
Dude
I think
needs some
he
fucking
actually
help.
has a bad relationship with like the actual Doctor Who property now.
Why is
So
that?
that'd make sense. I don't know what happened between them, but something happened during the Eighth Doctor Adventures stuff, and he just vowed never to write another Doctor Who novel again, yet continued to write Faction Paradox stuff without the Doctor.
Oh, can we talk about this Rapunzel lady and how she definitely fucked Fraser at some point?
Did she?
It seems to me like every main female supporting character in a Troughton story fucked
You
Fraser
know,
Hines.
I hate to say it because I like Fraser Hines, but I have this feeling, this gut feeling that once he's gone, some stories are gonna come out about him.
Oh, we've talked about this. Oh, most definitely. Most definitely.
Because we already know from the stories that are passed around while he's alive that he's a bit of a ladies' man and a trickster.
Yeah.
So
Weirdly enough, I feel like if anything, it would come from someone like Nicola Bryant. Like, I don't know.
oh yeah, she seems.
She's really
I,
awkward on stage with him whenever they do
oh
panels.
yeah, I was at a panel where they did a two doctors one where it was Jamie, not Jamie, Fraser, Nicola, and Colin. And Colin and Fraser were having the time of their lives, but Nicola seemed really uncomfortable.
Ugh. Yo, did you see the Big Finish announcement about Susan's War?
I did. I looked at it today.
I am ridiculously excited.
Really? I was like, oh, that's cool. They're gonna follow up that stupid little short trip they did.
I haven't heard said
How
short
much
trip,
you want to
but
bet Paul McGann's gonna do a cameo appearance in it?
we know he is. He's credited in
Oh,
the
is he?
set. Yeah.
Shit. Whoopsies.
And also like Ian in the Time War though. I'm so
It's gonna
excited
be
for
so
like,
fucking useless. He's just going to be like, ah, what the fuck?
and it's gonna be old Ian no less. Like they're definitely not gonna like age him down for the sake of the story. It's just gonna be just William Russell as he is fighting Daleks.
Fucking William Russell, who can barely walk. he's so. As much as I love the man, he is ancient and he's so slow and like hunched over now.
Yeah.
Imagine that fighting Daleks.
Oh wait, we're at the cliffhanger already, motherfucker.
That is really shit Medusa. If I do
No,
say.
I like it. I think it looks cool.
You said we're at the cliffhanger.
We basically are. They just need to cut back to Medusa. It's only like a minute left, 2 minutes left in the episode. Not even.
Now we know what to do, Larry.
Yeah.
Do you think Medusa is actually Kieran?
I mean, hey, he's got all the snakes. I will say, like
When you ain't even looking into her eyes, but it's still a cliffhanger.
I will say, I like that both actors are credited for Jamie. But shit, what was I gonna say? Yeah, I forgot Bernard Horsfall plays Gulliver. Love Bernard Horsfall. I will say, like all the cliffhangers in the story are really good.
Dude, the cliffhanger to the third episode of War Master Volume 3 is really fucking good. Because
Nice.
Derek Jacobi and Paul McGann, despite the writing not being
Shut up!
watertight.
The Mind Robber, Part 4, starting in 3, 2, 1, go.
But yeah, they have this really great chemistry, Paul McGann and Derek Jacobi.
Nice.
And yeah, the Part 3 cliffhanger to War Master 3 is really fucking intense. Screams of Paul McGann and cackling. It's great.
Oh, Dark Universe was really good.
Was it?
It was.
Because I kind of heard it was sort of just a bog standard 11 story.
No, you listened to Osgood, you dumbass.
That's true.
I could tell when you just echo chamber Osgood. No. It was good. I enjoyed it. And also having not heard Doom Coalition, I feel like it is a good lead-in to Doom Coalition, as far as I know. Like, is
it the one where does the 11 get locked up at the end?
Yes.
It is a prequel to Doom Coalition then.
Yeah. So it was
like
the lady
locked up on Gallifrey, right?
Yeah, and the lady who played Illustra in it was really good.
Nice. Well, now I need to listen to it because I love Doom Coalition.
Cool.
Yeah, it was gonna be some stupid.
Oh, and also McCoy's performance in it was really solid.
Well, his performance in that little snippet at the beginning of Doom Coalition, because he does appear at the very beginning of Doom Coalition.
Oh, really?
Yeah, after. So Doom Coalition pretty much opens with McCoy leaving the 11 to rot in a cell for the rest of his life.
Oh, okay. Huh.
And he's really good in it. He's like perfection.
Nice.
I'm glad they fleshed it out though now, because I was curious. What did he do? Now
Oh,
we have
that's fun.
Huh?
Yeah. No, I'm just saying, you said, like, what did he do? Yeah, and, it's a really fun aspect of this.
Because it's a question they left unanswered. The 11 gets locked up, and they're like, "He's this dangerous criminal," and you're like, "Okay, but what did he do though?"
Yeah, no, he's kind of fucking horrible.
I hope so.
Man, that's Bernard Horsfall. I fucking love Bernard Horsfall. Oh, look at him go. I never realized that was him before.
Oh, why does that keep happening?
Just do that for the rest of the commentary. Did you watch Stephen Moffat's Dracula yet?
I refuse. I'm not getting invested in another show that Stephen Moffat has written only for him to be self-wanky halfway through it.
Well, I only watched the first episode. I'm gonna watch the second episode tonight after we're done here.
Because you know what's gonna happen, right? He's gonna get 2 series in, and then it's gonna gain like a mass following.
Oh no,
And
no,
then
no! No, it's a mini series. They're not doing it.
Then he's gonna be like, "Oh, look at me! I'm so clever."
No, it's a mini series, Brian.
Is it only based on the novel?
Yeah. Well, as far as like, I mean, episode 1 was fairly straight. As far as the adaptation goes. But then I haven't watched 2 yet, like I said, so I'll see what goes from there.
Have we gotten to the carcass yet?
What? No, not yet.
Oh, he's just coming up now.
Yeah.
I really don't like the carcass.
Oh, I love it. Oh, damn fool. There he is. I
fucking hate him. I fucking hate him so much. He's like the Jar Jar Binks of Doctor Who.
He is not. Shut the hell up.
Obey or miss a fire.
See that thing that was going around on Twitter? Like, however old you are, just like relate it to a movie or a show or whatever.
What did you say?
Did you see that thing that was going around on Twitter? It was like, you say like, I am however years old, and like you relate it to like a movie or a TV show. Like if someone was born in like 83, they'd say like, I am Return of the Jedi years old.
Oh.
You didn't see that was going around?
No, I didn't.
Because speaking of Jar Jar, I put I am Jar Jar years old.
Jar Jar years old. Fuck. That means you're gonna be 21 this year, right?
Yeah.
What would I be? In terms of like Doctor Who, I am the Rapture years old. And that's like down to the month too. That was September 2002. But
I'm guessing. Well, I guess my Doctor Who one then would be I'd be closest to like Sirens of Time, maybe.
whatever the book for that month was, the Eighth Doctor Adventures, 60 something probably.
Here, wait. Sirens of Time came out in
Sirens of Time came out in June 1999.
July.
Oh fuck! I need to watch more Clone Wars. Did you see the trailer that came out recently?
Dude, I did.
Dude, I saw snippets of what looked like the beginning of the battle over Coruscant and Revenge of the Sith in there. I'm
We
like,
know. Well, we know they're doing that.
is it going to lead directly into Episode 3? Kind of
Yeah.
like the original
Yeah.
Samurai Jack style Clone Wars did?
It's some of it's actually going to take place alongside Revenge of the Sith.
Bro.
Like in the trailer, like Mace Windu and Yoda say lines that are directly from Revenge of the Sith.
Bruh. I'm so
But also,
pumped.
but also like the whole Ahsoka thing, like going into Coruscant, they're gonna tie into each other actually. Because Dave Filoni, after Clone Wars was canceled, he kind of like let it all slip. He was like, "Oh, it's never gonna come back, so I may as well tell you what we were gonna do." And so like we know the whole storylines. You could just look at a panel of him talking all about it. We know what's
I'd
gonna happen.
rather not, but that's cool.
See, okay, well, because I watched all that like when Clone Wars wasn't coming back after it was canceled, and I was like, oh, okay, well that would have been really cool to see.
I wonder if they're gonna do the Boba Fett episode where Cad Bane gets shot the fuck out of existence.
As far as I know, I don't think they're doing a Boba Fett one.
That's unfortunate because you've probably seen that animated clip where Boba Fett has a duel with it is Cad Bane, right? The blue guy.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and they have like a Western style duel and they both fire at the same time. Obviously, Boba Fett makes it out alive, but Cad Bane gets his face shot in. It's really
Yeah.
brutal.
Yeah.
But what a good way for his character to end, though. That was fucking.
Oh yeah. Can you do me a favor and go attack Mason on Twitter?
Why?
Because he just echoed Jacob and said that Silurians was the weakest story of season 7.
Oh, that's not what Jacob said. Jacob said Spearhead from Space was the weakest from season 7.
No, he said it was Silurians.
I was on that live stream. You weren't.
Because he told me it was Silurians.
Really? He might have changed his opinion because I got fucking pissy with him.
I mean, he's still wrong about ambassadors being the best.
He was like, because I said, what I think the exchange was he went Spearhead from Space is the weakest of season 7, and I just said what? Left the room, came back, and I was like, motherfucker, you just sat in front of me and said Spearhead from Space was the weakest of season 7. Have you not sat through the agonizing 3 hours of Ambassadors of Death?
I mean, Ambassadors of Death is still really good.
Dylan was just fucking dying.
Oh, that's interesting. The last episode of Susan's War is titled The Shoreditch Intervention.
Don't you like how we've been watching Mind Robber and haven't been talking about it at all?
Brian, you fucking blew out your mic again, you ass.
Did I?
You did.
I didn't. I wasn't even like next to it. That.
Oh, wait, you're good now. Sorry. It just sounded like that for like 2 minutes.
I'm sorry. I didn't realize. Hearing him say shit like that is so weird. Patrick Troughton saying, "We demand an interview with the master." I'm just like, ready?
Well, anyway, point being, go attack Mason on Twitter because he said Silurians is the weakest of season 7.
He and I are the same age. It's frightening.
He's a much better human.
Well, A, and B, he looks like he's way older than I am.
Well, yeah.
Like, you've seen me.
Yeah.
How do I look to you? Do I look like a 17-year-old?
I mean, you look like ever so slightly older.
Because like I do D&D on Tuesdays.
But
And
I mean,
the
like,
guy-
but I mean, Mason looks like he's in his like mid-20s.
our DM is in college. He's like 19, 20, something like that. He gets confused a lot because he's like, well, we were planning on moving it to his house, right? We didn't, but he was like, well, I have booze at my place, so you know we can always just have drinks there, and included me in that. And I was like, I'm here
Oh
with
wait,
my dad, and I'm 17.
oh wait, you are right. Jacob does think that the Spearhead's the weakest. He just said season 7 is one where each story is better than the last.
I couldn't disagree more. Doctor Who and the Silurians is definitely the best from that season. What do you think is the best from that season?
Oh, from season 7?
Yeah.
Gee, I wonder. It couldn't possibly be my favorite TV Doctor Who story.
Is it Silurians?
Yes, Silurian.
I didn't know that was your favorite TV Doctor Who story.
How, Brian? How have you been friends with me for this long and not know that Doctor Who and the Silurians was my favorite TV?
I think I might have been confusing you for Jacob because I know Jacob shares remembrance of the Daleks with me,
No.
and I thought that was your favorite too. I guess I was mistaken.
Nope, we're not a fucking hive mind, Jacob.
You're not a hive mind with Jacob, or we're not a hive mind, Jacob. As in, you just called me Jacob.
What? Did I seriously?
Yes.
No, how did I not realize this? How did I not fucking realize that? God damn it.
Who the fuck do you think you are? Dylan or some shit? Do I sound like Jacob to you?
You all sound the same to me, Brian.
Because Jacob's over here, he goes, well, actually, I think it's the exact opposite of what you think, Joey. And you're like, no, wrong. Those are my impressions of you. Jacob is slightly nervous, and you're just, no.
Yeah. Basically.
My favorite Jacob moments are the moments where we break him. I love breaking Jacob. It's hilarious.
Well, Jacob just gets like really flustered when you break him. He just doesn't know what to say. So it's not as fun as like getting Dylan mad because Dylan just fucking rages at you.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
I love that.
Ooh, my favorite videos with Dylan are the really early ones where he still calls me as Briar.
Wait, really? Did he do that once?
Yeah, like Streams of Doom era.
Oh, fucking streams of Doom. I remember I was supposed to be on a stream of Doom. Actually, here, wait. Let me tweet it, Jacob. Where are the streams of Doom?
sometimes because of his accent, he'd mispronounce Briar as Brayer.
Seriously? Why did I know this?
Yeah. Like really early group discussion videos. He doesn't call me Brian, he calls me Briar. Like after my pseudonym. I still have people who use the name Brian and Briar interchangeably sometimes.
Really? Huh.
Yeah. eSpace does it. He doesn't just refer to me as Brian, he refers to me as both.
That's odd. Oh, actually, speaking of Jacob and his horribleness, did you see that I surpassed him in subscribers finally?
Did you?
I did.
How does that make you feel?
Makes me feel happy that I have stopped a man who's been making YouTube videos for at least 3 more years than me.
Now you're just turning and looking at me and you're going, and I'm coming for you next, motherfucker.
Basically.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, the episode ended. Oh, I didn't realize the episode ended. Oh, but my tweet, I tagged Jacob in it, showing that I had more subs than him, and I put hashtag Jacob Rip Lighter.
So you do that, right? You also tweet, I'm coming for you next, Briar Hardo, too.
Oh, God. I can't believe the episode ended already. Wow, that one went by ridiculously fast. That's got to be the shortest one.
It is 19 minutes and 5 seconds.
All right, we'll see.
The next one's 18 minutes, though.
The Mind Robber, Part 5, starting in 3, 2, 1, go. And
dude, it's actually 17 minutes and 51 seconds.
Oh, you know, I should know this actually, because I was on a stream with Dylan once, and he had like a little quiz at the end of it, and he was like, "What is the shortest Doctor Who episode ever?" And we were like, "Oh, it's the Mind Robber, one of the parts."
Oh.
And he was like, and he had his answer key wrong, and he was like, and he realized that he was wrong about it. We learned that it was this episode. So, yeah.
Speaking of streams with Dylan, are you going to be on that one on February 2nd?
I need to wait for my work schedule.
Ah, okay.
So.
Well, I am.
Yeah, he was. What's this one about? I totally forget, to be honest.
I think it's the worst Doctor Who stories. Like, you know, the best ones we did.
Yeah.
Now we're doing the exact opposite of that.
Gotcha.
Our top 10 list for that really fucking sucked.
Let in the fucking
I was so pissed Remembrance of the Daleks didn't make it in.
How would Remembrance not make the top 10? That is such shite.
I can't remember what it was. Let me look. Twas most unfortunate. Fucking Patrick Troughton.
What a guy.
I have yet to see a robot that can climb! I almost went into the Hartnell one. Yes, baby! I have yet to see a robot that can climb.
Stono Zach Rosenfeld, my man.
Why you gotta compare me to him, man? What the hell?
Because he's sort of like our first and second Doctors.
Doctor ever?
Well, like for the adaptations, yeah. So he's the one that I always kind of like.
For whatever reason, you ever need the Peter Purvis first Doctor?
No, Brian, shut up. Speaking,
yes, Susan, my child.
Speaking of first Doctor, first Doctor novel adaptations, I read The Man in the Velvet Mask recently, and oh, what a story! So damn good.
Oh, I've been practicing my Stephen impression.
Nice.
Yes. I am ready to rumble with Zach I love it when
So am I even because I'll be playing Ian. So
I love it when I appear in scenes with Zach because I know he's good and I get competitive.
God
I
damn
do
it, right.
when I do good scenes, so I'm constantly trying to one up the other actor without actually knowing what they're going to sound like.
Oh, rip. Don't tell me you got like that in the last scene of Time of Your Life, did you?
Huh?
Don't tell me you got like that when you were listening to the last scene of Time of Your Life
Well,
with
I didn't know Taya was as good as she was. So like
Brian, she's just that good.
and that then I listened to it and I was like, God fucking damn it.
Look,
I should
Brian,
have
you're both
amped it up a bit.
no, you were both amazing. You both served your functions perfectly, and the scene was amazing.
Because I was like, dude, this is one of
I barely had to do any extra work on the scene. It was just all your performances. It
because
was
I sat there, right? I was like, bro, this is one of my finest performances. It's gonna sound fucking great. Everyone's gonna love me. Then I listened to it. I'm like, fucking hell, Taya one ups me.
oh god.
Like I already took it to an intense level. Taya went further.
She did. She was so good. Oh yeah. Speaking of time of your life, what did you think of the last scene, like with Grant joining the TARDIS?
I don't know what was up with the recording I sent you.
No. It was fixed by the end there.
Well, right, but those last few scenes of that story, like for some reason the audio quality goes really bad. But like
Oh yeah, I don't know what was up with that.
looking at the files on my computer afterwards, I don't have them anymore, but looking at them, the files themselves were fine. They were sounded fine in the email, so it must have just been a compression issue when you downloaded them.
Possibly. But I was talking about the scene though, like the scene where Grant joins the TARDIS at the end. What'd you think of that?
Uh, I felt like my last bit of dialogue was pretty wooden, and I should have done another take.
No, I thought you were pretty good.
I'm also not a fan of the scene where I'm beating the android over the head.
Is it just because of your performance, or is it something I did?
It's the performance mainly.
Really? Because I thought your performance was quite good there.
Now, for some reason the Colin impression, to me at least, seems to slip really badly. Like
Yeah.
especially at the end where I get really ragey and shout for for Perry for Angela.
Yeah, actually, I think I spliced two of your takes of it because you did like three or four takes of it, and as I think like one half of it was one take, the other half was another take, if I remember correctly. I'm pretty sure that's how it went.
Yeah, so like I didn't do a good take of that of that line.
No,
It,
I just took the best of what was there, and I think the finished product was fine.
yeah, I'm not a fan. I did like the subtle Valyard laugh though.
Hell yeah!
That was fucking cool. I wasn't expecting that, but then it popped up and I was like, "Ooh, I think my cock just twinged a little."
Oh my god! Right? No, you can't just, bro.
You're welcome.
No.
You're welcome. That
No,
was the
that's
first
no,
bit of
no. That is not anything I'm going to be thanking you for, Brian.
that is the first time in this entire thing that I've gotten a laugh out of you.
Oh
So
my fucking
you're
god!
welcome.
Both laugh sinisterly, looking at the subtitles there. Oh, love that. Oh shit!
I want to do an adaptation of The Killing Joke where I play the Joker.
Hell no! I would be playing the Joker, my friend.
I'd want you to play Batman.
Nah, my friend, you would be Batman.
I actually a couple nights ago went through like 'cause I can do the Mark Hamill thing all right, you know that, right? I think I've done it for you before, like
Yeah,
showing you that I am capable of doing a Mark Hamill Joker.
as
But I
am
was
I.
like, if I were to play the Joker and try to do an original performance, how would I do it? And I spent like 2 hours thinking about it, and I finally came up with it. And I really want to test it out at some point.
Brian, my friend, I hate to say it, and I'm going to sound like a dick when I say this, but I kind of have you one up there. I've been working on my Mark Hamill impression for at least 6 years, and I think it's pretty fucking solid. And I memorized the final monologue of the Joker
Brother,
says a silly joke.
I've been working on my Mark Hamill Joker since I started going through puberty, so I don't even want to hear it, bitch
What, all
boy.
all 4 years of it?
Actually, I'm not sure if I want to say that. I started going through it at 11,
Oh, okay.
so it has been about 7 years. Oh no. My balls didn't drop until 2015 though.
Brian, if you this is this is not no, you can't just Brian,
What?
you can't just say shit like that.
What? My balls didn't drop until 2015? I ain't
Brian,
afraid to admit it, motherfucker.
oh god, to think I was worried about the FTC thinking my content will be family friendly. Oh god.
This is what I'm here to do for you, my dude.
I
Make it.
do it enough myself. I don't need the extra talk of your balls dropping, Brian.
When did your balls drop, Joey?
Brian!
When did your voice deepen and become very masculine? Are you done with me now? You don't. Okay, he's not talking to me for the rest of the commentary, I guess. So, everyone, how's your day? Mine's been pretty good. He's probably having a meltdown in the corner. Like, which commentary was that?
Like Attack of the Cybermen?
Yeah, that one.
But
I,
why would you say that, Brian?
I
Like,
don't
what?
give a shit. I don't give a shit. I am a young man. It's been 5 years of a deeper voice. I'm a bass and choir now. I was a soprano before, though. I'm gonna keep going just because it's making you so fucking upset.
By all means, my friend. I've only got about 6 minutes left of this commentary. You do you, my friend.
Nah, we're good. I still got the ketchup packet. Do we want to?
I despise you.
I'm gonna read it one more time for old time's sake.
No! Brian, I fucking swear, if you read that one more time, I am kicking
Tear
you from
here,
this.
Dairy Queen. Ketchup.
Brian!
What's that one? Water and tomato paste.
Brian!
Onion powder, spice,
Brian!
flavors, and packed
Brian!
that full, full six ounces.
Brian!
Yes. Oh, D'Artagnan's here. I was in Three Musketeers.
Wait, what? Oh, okay. Gotcha.
You know, the guy who played D'Artagnan got to fucking strangle me.
Okay.
I'd be lying if I said I wasn't into it.
Brian, I hate you so much.
I'm
gonna
going
find
to
that
keep
person.
making it R-rated just so Kappa doesn't come after you. I'm doing you a favor.
Sure. Oh, Gio just replied to me. He said never. The next Streams of Doom is never coming, Brian. How will I live with myself?
I might have to end it all. Filthy Frank style, you know, grab the shotgun, scream, just ah!
You killed your mic again, my friend.
Did I?
Yeah, you gotta stop doing that, friend.
I wasn't even close to it. It only happens to die when I do stuff like that if I'm in a voice call because I get really fucking loud when I'm recording lines. You've heard me do it. And
Oh,
it's
yeah.
fine. I don't get it. Explain it to me.
I do not get it either, my friend. We only have 3 minutes left of this. Holy shit.
Thank God. Have you enjoyed
What
yourself?
did the mind robber ever... Not really with you here.
Okay. Banter aside, have you enjoyed yourself, though?
I mean, I suppose I enjoy watching the mind robber.
Do you enjoy watching The Mind Robber with me, though?
I thought you said banter aside.
What the fuck? I will never get a straight answer out of you for anything.
The story ends pretty abruptly, doesn't it?
I can't remember how it ends, actually.
Neither
Do
can
they
most people, because it just kind of like stops.
Do they just get in the TARDIS and bye?
I don't even
After,
think you
like,
see. Do you see
right now?
Do you see them? Wait,
Is
do
the
you see them
Master
get in the
dead?
TARDIS? I don't know.
Does the Master
What? No, he's still alive.
Oh.
No, he's alive. Speaking of the Master, how great is James Dreyfus?
I don't want to talk about this. This is such a
'Cause I
touchy
quite-
subject. It's such a
Because
touchy subject.
it's not a touchy subject though. Twitter only has you believing that. If you go in the Big Finish Facebook group, like the people are just like, oh yeah, people are making a big deal out of this. Okay.
Okay, here's the thing. Here's the thing. The thing. I like James Dreyfus's performance. That's fine. That's good. Whatever. I don't agree with his views. But
Well,
also, like,
obviously, I don't either.
I don't like talking about the fact that I enjoy his performance despite his views. Because
Why? Why is that an issue?
It opens
Who
up
gives
a can
a
of
fuck?
worms.
It does not.
Does too.
You could just say, "Hey, I enjoy James Dreyfus's performance as the Master," and that's about
then
it. You
get
can say, "Hey, I like."
blocked by half the people I follow.
See, there we go. The story just ended. See?
Oh yeah, it blew up and
It's just-
boom, 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 boom.
Yeah, they just reversed the shot from the beginning, and that's it.
Wow. So what's our next commentary? Ambassadors?
The Ambassadors of Death with Lord Slug.
Oh fuck! That one's gonna be hilarious.
Oh yeah.
Because you and Dylan will
Yeah.
be having a great time,
Then,
and I'll be
and then the one
slitting
after
my
that's
wrists.
gonna be, yeah, the one after that's gonna be whatever the Jacob one is. I don't know what he wants to do. So, yeah.
Fun.
Well, this was fun. I think kind of, not really, but I mean,
I
we
mean,
were here.
it definitely wasn't as well put together as the Christmas Invasion was.
Oh, the commentary.
Yeah, the commentary. We kind of just didn't talk about anything related to the Mind Robber.
And that's how it is here. Bye. Why does Dylan hate Funko Pop so much?
I don't know. He's got a weird rage boner for it.
And then,
Also, is that
and then he was just validated by I Hate Everything making a video about it, and he was like, "Yes, now I can hate them even more than I already did." And I'm like, "Look, there's nothing really wrong with them. They're just, I mean, they're there. They're everywhere." It's a
speaking
little
of rage boner? Is Eric ever gonna post that video?
I was just talking about that with Dylan the other day, and he had legitimately no clue what video I was talking about. I was like, Dylan,
Really?
you were on it. You don't remember it? Like Whoopi Goldberg and the Rage Boners, and the Ninth Doctor getting the N-word pass, and he was like, I don't remember being on this video.
Oh no!
How do you forget that? I love it.
The Whoopi Goldberg monk.
Yep. Oh God. All right,
The
here we go.
doctor just has this massive rage boner.
All right, let's get started.